yeah, Light and Darkness. Doesn't really matter. This is Shining Force. This was kind of Sega's answer to Fire Emblem. And the interesting thing here is, like, because of the Sega Genesis coming out, like, in the late 80s, like, I believe the only Fire Emblem game out at this point was the first one, Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light. And I think Gaiden, like, came out, like, the same week, or, like, just after or something. So, like, someone asked, like, the developer, like, hey, were you inspired by Fire Emblem? And he was like, man, that game's so bad, I don't even want to frickin' make the comparison. So I believe this guy's canon's name is Max, so I'm just gonna go with that, because, I know, like, a go-to stream joke is, like, give people funny names, but eh. I believe there's also a code that lets you, like, name every single playable character, but I don't remember how to do it. So there's a weird thing with this game's localization, where they make Max here seem way less impressive. Because in Japanese, this guy's like, whoa, I've had enough for today. Because I'm old and shit. And everyone is, like, really respectful, but then in this, like, translation, a lot of people in this town are just like, who the fuck are you? You look like an asshole. So this guy's gonna be our healer later. Hang on, I feel like there's something weird about the pixels. Can I fix that? Let me just try some stuff. Oh, that makes it soft. Really what I want. Yeah, I think that's better. There actually is a GBA remake of this game that has a more accurate translation. Hey, welcome back, Jade. But that version adds a lot of, like, weird stuff. Like, they add some new characters and a weird mechanic where you, like, collect cards and shit. And also, they make the main character no longer a silent protagonist, but they don't change the plot or anything, so nothing he says matters at all. Also, if any of you are fans of the Golden Sun games, this UI style might look familiar because it's the same developer. This is what they did before they jumped ship to Nintendo. How do I know all this stuff? Because I'm a geek. God damn it. I just want to talk to this lady. The controls are messing with me right now. Let me talk to the lady. Whatever. I just love all the, like, video game development, like, history and stuff. So obviously he's gonna be joining us later on. But right now I guess we should get to the castle. Yeah, she does not say that in Japanese. Headed to the front room from the back. I've actually never done that before. No, I'm just heading to His Majesty's bedroom over here. Something's weird about my controls, like it's not responding very well. The game does not normally play like that. I wonder if there's some weird emulation thing. Shouldn't be anything weird set up. That didn't really help. Yeah, we gotta gather our troops, which involves walking south until they show up. Samwise over here is also going to join us. He's going to be our first healer. Yeah, the aspect ratio does look really goofy like this though. But if I change it like this, then all the pixels are screwed up, so... like you can't win. Maybe I should just turn on the filter, because then at least it kind of looks like it's supposed to. I don't know. Got some coins. I believe there's a headquarters here somewhere. Yeah, over here. So every town is going to have a headquarters. And all your troops are just going to be hanging out. So, like, all of your, like, active party members hang out on this rug. And then, later on, you recruit all these other people who are going to be hanging out here, which is cool. And then you got Nova, who's like your advisor dude. He's a dog. And he can tell you what to do. But right now that doesn't matter. Healing items are good to have. This is a better healing item. We don't really need that yet. And I forgot what the angel one does off the top of my head. One thing that sucks about old RPGs is, you know, menu systems like this, because it'd be really convenient if you could just be like, okay, give me like 6 medical herbs, and then just put them wherever. Go to her first battle. Oh yeah, like I said, this game has a cheat to like rename everyone, so we could do that. Why would I want to move her first? Oh, whatever. Alright, it works like this. You don't just, like, move your whole party and then it's the enemy's turn. I've been playing so much Fire Emblem, I kind of forgot how some of this game works. I do like the battle scenes. Cool perspective. Her name says Tao, but she's level 1. That's what it says. Good job, Ken. Well, you can't really see on the map sprite that he's a centaur who only has armor on his man health, which as a kid confused the crap out of me. Like my brain just kind of couldn't deal with that. It was like, did they just like forget to draw his legs and he's actually just a knight on a horse? But no, he's a centaur. really do like this game's aesthetic. Even if like the characters aren't like anime pretty. Like it's got a real cool like Western fantasy like look. The characters. So there's more games in this series. Like there's Shining Force 2, there's Shining Force CD, which is like a compilation of some Game Gear spin-off games, but only 2 of the 3. Like the third one's still only on Game Gear for some reason. And then there's Shining Force 3, which is actually 3 games on a Sega Saturn, but only the first one got an official English release, and the other 2 were like fan translated. I guess we do need Loa to get some experience, so we might as well give him some heals. And then there were like a bunch of other like games in like a Shining meta series. There's Shining in the Darkness, which is actually the first game in the whole franchise, and that's a dungeon crawler. And then there's like a Zelda type game and like other RPGs and stuff, and they still kind of do Shining games now, but they're not like, because like the developers had like a falling out with Sega, and that's why they went off to do like Golden Sun and a bunch of Mario Tennis games. But Sega still owns the brand, so they still like occasionally all like, yeah, here's the new Shining Force, whatever, but it has nothing to do with Shining Force. Sometimes it's a little hard to figure out like when someone's gonna get their turn. And that sucks. Fortunately, this game does not have permadeath, so that's nifty. Like if character, okay, Max can't die because then you lose, but if anyone else dies, you could just like pay some money to get them revived, and then you're good. Man, Hans just gets to, like, be the MVP. Elves are always MVP. Fair. That's fair. Whoops. See, this is Fire Emblem. I'd be screwed, but instead, I just get to keep going. Oh, it's just ultra powerful. No, we've been tricked. Gotta get the heck out of here so that we can save our town. Now, this is actually bad because we have a whole other battle we gotta do, and since Ken's dead, we can't revive him right now because we're not in the town. Okay, so this right here sucks. Because mountains have such a, like, movement, like... whatchamacallit. Like, they reduce your movement. I don't want to get near those guys, but... Yeah, this is right now stopped being the overworld because we're in a fight. Like later on, we're gonna be able to walk on it properly because there won't be enemies, but... Yeah, I can't even move there because of how big the movement, like, anti-bonus is. This is just like, oh fuck, we're getting out of here. So in Fire Emblem, I would never get away with some of these movements, but the AI in this first game is kind of dumb, so fortunately, you guys take advantage of that. I believe it's better in the second game. which I don't think I'll play right now because it plays... Like, the gameplay and the visual style is all really similar. Oh no, that's terrible that they want to do that. I'll never forgive them. And Ken is gonna be really boned because he misses out on all his XP now. Oh, I agree, it's absolutely terrible. Don't you hear how serious I am? That's what he gets for not wearing pants? How does a centaur wear pants exactly? Of course, as a Dutch person, I'm not even familiar with sarcasm. See you later, Wario. Hang on, does anyone need healing? Not really. Yeah, the goblins keep, like, swapping each other out. Kinda being dicks. It would be a lot faster if, like, you would have, like, exchanges like in Fire Emblem. Like, there's always a counterattack. Come on. That's so annoying. If I could just move characters in the order I want, then I'd be able to do some heals here, but I guess not. Hang on. Do you have the herbs? There we go. Much better. Meanwhile, back here, some shit that doesn't matter. Hey, didn't that guy just attack already? That's not fair. What a douche. Man, Lo is just not getting to be in the places where he's supposed to go. Yeah, this is definitely a game I want to do like all of on stream because I love this game. And look, honestly, I kind of want to play the whole series. I mean, there's something wrong with kind of poking fun at games a little bit. That's like half the fun of like streaming a game is like, you know, kind of riffing on it. Hello, gentlemen. And they're just like, don't make eye contact. I don't know if these guys can like attack in range, so... No, I'm just gonna wait. I wanted to do magic, but we used the default option for some reason. I can't stop thinking about Ken being a nudist now. Yeah, I mean, his mom was a human, and his dad was a horse nudist. Obviously. Fair. That's fair. I'm gonna say that's fair. Yeah, looks kind of a badass. He's gonna be a mainstay in my army. A weird time for a critical, but okay. Yeah, if Tao could have gotten in there, I would have had her do it, but... Alright, let's go see if our town is still good. As a kid, I was like, oh shit, when I got to this part. Especially with like the sad version of the town theme and everything. See, that's cool. And now he's like, oh, you know what? Take some swords. Just a sec. I mean, I need to check their equipment anyway before I buy something. Yeah, that's Luke. He's a real dwarf. Alright, so... middle sword... Hang on. Shit. I wish it was a little easier to look at these things. lot of the same stuff, but I think this is probably good. Yeah. I don't remember like weapon breaking being a thing, but I guess it is. It's gonna be like weapon durability isn't a thing in this game, but I think the deals is when you like miss items that you could pick up on the battlefield, you can like buy them. Alright, so gotta again. So it's 10 coins for every level that the character has. So because he was only level 1, it's only 10 coins. So that is literally pretty cheap in this game. The cure option is... I don't think poison even like lasts outside of battle, does it? I don't think I've ever seen that. Curse happens really rarely if you like wear cursed equipment, but you can just not do that, I think. And then promote is going to be something we do later. And then of course there's a save option. Freaking love the jingles in this game. yeah, this game, it's like, it's got a good script, but they didn't really know how to execute it yet. I don't think you can recruit tomatoes in this game, sadly. They hadn't invented battle tomatoes yet. The next battle is going to be a little obnoxious, so I'm going to leave this here for now, but I'm definitely coming back to this game. I'm raising my finger and everything, even though you can't see it. I was going to do Streets of Rage, but I think it would be more fun to do that when Noffles is around. There's actually still a lot to go through, but I kind of also feel like leaving it at this for now, and like playing more Sega Genesis games another time. Yeah, Noffles has been wanting to play Streets of Rage 4 with me, which is the new one that they made on like Switch and PS4 and all that. And I did a picture of Blaze from Streets of Rage 4 with the jacket and everything. That was, that's one of the pictures I'm really proud of. It's got cool lighting and stuff. So I don't know why some games have like this thing, but you can be like, okay, I want to quit the game, and then it just kind of like... By the way, this is also a cute elf girl. And then it just does this, and it's like, now you can turn off the Genesis, but it's not like you can't turn it off whenever you want. So, I wonder why some games had this. Like, I think Dragon Quest does that too. Or like, it could be like after saving it asks you if you want to keep playing, and if you don't, then it's like, okay, good night, and then it just like goes black or whatever.